Today our topic is the biggest philosophical questions we may never answer. Life is full of mysteries, and as humans, we have always been curious about the world and our place in it. We ask questions, big questions, that sometimes have no clear answers. These questions can make us think deeply, feel confused, or even inspire us to live better. Let's talk about some of these questions and how they can shape our lives, motivate us, or teach us to accept uncertainty with a Stoic mind. One of the biggest questions is, why are we here? What is the purpose of life? This question has been asked for thousands of years by philosophers, scientists, and ordinary people. Some say life has no purpose, and we must create our own meaning. Others believe there is a higher power or a grand plan for us. The truth is, we may never know for sure. But this question can motivate us to live intentionally. If we don't know the purpose of life, we can choose to make our lives meaningful by helping others, pursuing our passions, or simply enjoying the moments we have. Another question is, what happens after we die? This is a mystery that no one can fully answer. Different religions and cultures have their own beliefs, but no one can prove what really happens. This uncertainty can be scary, but it can also inspire us to live fully in the present. If we don't know what comes after, we should focus on making the most of the time we have now. Stoicism teaches us to accept what we cannot control, and death is one of those things. Instead of fearing it, we can use the idea of death to remind ourselves to live with gratitude and courage. We also ask, is there free will, or is everything predetermined? Do we make our own choices, or are our lives already planned out by fate or destiny? This question is important because it affects how we see responsibility and control. If we believe in free will, we might feel empowered to make changes and improve our lives. If we think everything is predetermined, we might feel less pressure but also less control. The truth is, we may never know for sure. But what we can do is focus on what we can control: our thoughts, actions, and attitude. Stoicism teaches us to accept what we cannot change and focus on what we can. Another big question is, what is the nature of reality? Is the world we see real, or is it just an illusion? Some philosophers say that reality is just a creation of our minds, while others believe in an objective reality that exists outside of us. This question can make us feel small and uncertain, but it can also inspire us to be curious and open-minded. It reminds us that there is always more to learn and discover. We also wonder, what is the meaning of good and evil? Are these just ideas created by humans, or do they exist in some universal way? This question is important because it affects how we make decisions and treat others. If we believe in good and evil, we might strive to be good and avoid evil. If we think these are just human ideas, we might focus on creating our own moral code. The truth is, we may never know for sure, but we can still try to live with kindness, fairness, and compassion. Another question is, does God exist? This is one of the oldest and most debated questions. Some people believe in a higher power, while others do not. This question can make us feel connected to something greater, or leave us feeling alone. But whether or not we believe in God, we can still find meaning and purpose in our lives. We can still be good people and make a positive impact on the world. We also ask, what is the nature of time? Is time real, or is it just something humans created to measure change? This question can make us think about how we use our time. If time is limited, we should use it wisely. If time is just an idea, we might focus more on living in the moment. Either way, time is precious, and we should not waste it. Another question is, what is consciousness? Why are we aware of ourselves and the world around us? This question is important because it makes us think about what it means to be human. Some say consciousness is just a result of brain activity, while others believe it is something more. The truth is, we may never fully understand it, but we can still appreciate the gift of being aware and alive. We also wonder, are we alone in the universe? Is there other life out there, or are we the only intelligent beings? This question can make us feel small and insignificant, or it can inspire us to explore and learn more about the universe. Either way, it reminds us that there is still so much we don't know. Another question is, what is the nature of love? Is love just a chemical reaction in the brain, or is it something deeper and more meaningful? This question is important because love is a big part of our lives. Whether we believe love is just biology or something more, it still has the power to bring joy, connection, and meaning to our lives. We also ask, what is the meaning of happiness? Is happiness just a feeling, or is it something deeper? This question is important because most of us want to be happy. But happiness can mean different things to different people. Some find happiness in material things, while others find it in relationships, experiences, or personal growth. The truth is, happiness is not something we can always control, but we can still work towards it by living a life that feels meaningful to us. Another question is, what is the nature of truth? Is truth absolute, or is it relative and different for? This question is important because it affects how we see the world and make decisions. If we believe in absolute truth, we might be more certain about our beliefs. If we think truth is relative, we might be more open to different perspectives. The truth is, we may never know for sure, but we can still strive to be honest and seek understanding. We also wonder, what is the nature of beauty? Is beauty just in the eye of the beholder, or is there some universal standard? This question is important because beauty plays a big role in our lives. Whether we believe beauty is subjective or objective, we can still appreciate the beauty in the world and in each other. Another question is, what is the meaning of success? Is success about money, fame, and power, or is it about something deeper like happiness, relationships, and personal growth? This question is important because it affects how we live our lives. If we believe success is about material things, we might chase after those things. If we think success is about something deeper, we might focus on what truly matters to us. We also ask, what is the nature of justice? Is justice about fairness, equality, and doing what is right, or is it about following laws and rules? This question is important because it affects how we treat others and build societies. Whether we believe in justice as a moral idea or a legal system, we can still strive to be fair and kind. These are just some of the biggest philosophical questions we may never answer. They can make us feel small and uncertain, but they can also inspire us to think deeply, live intentionally, and appreciate the mysteries of life. Instead of being frustrated by the lack of answers, we can use these questions to motivate us to live better. We can focus on what we can control, accept what we cannot, and find meaning in the journey. Life is full of unknowns, but that is what makes it beautiful. We don't need all the answers to live a good life. We just need to be present, curious, and kind. So let's embrace the questions, learn from them, and keep moving forward with courage and gratitude.